let's talk about the movie Companion. Now, in the beginning of the movie, we see Iris and Josh, a couple, heading towards a cabin that's far off in the forest. Now, that sounds similar to a certain other movie, but anyway, we see them going there, and then his friends Josh's friends are there. Kat, Eli, and I think the other guy is Patrick. Anyway, the three of them, his friends are there, and there's this other guy too. And they go and they all welcome him, but they're all a little strange towards him. I don't understand why, but yeah, they're a little weird around her. Maybe because they don't know her that well. But anyway, they just hang around, talk about things. Now, she says how much, Iris says how much she loves Josh, how committed she is to him, and normal stuff. And they have a small party, and then in the next day, while Iris is outside, the other guy, I forgot his name. The other guy who owns the cabin and the area around that place. Now he has a lot of money. Now that comes into play later. But yeah, so he comes on to Iris, and she says no, but he keeps coming on, and then she ends up killing him in self-defense. And then she comes back inside, and everyone sees her and is shocked by what happened. And she's completely frightened and scared and just talking. And then all of a sudden Josh tells her to go to sleep, and she just stops moving and her eyes become pale white. And it's at this point that we realize that Iris is actually a robot. So yeah, apparently she's a companion robot that Josh rented from a company to be his girlfriend. Now, this is actually really interesting because there's a lot of talk about actual robot girlfriends coming in the future. There's some robotics technology that's being developed. So, something like this might actually happen somewhere in the future. But anyway, back to what happens in the movie. Now, apparently, she's not supposed to be able to harm anyone. She has limited abilities to hurt people or animals. So everyone's saying that it's probably a malfunction, and he's calling the company to tell them what happened. And before they send her back, he wants to say goodbye to her because he was attached to her. And when so he wakes her up again, and he tells her that she's a robot, and after hearing that, she completely gets scared or confused, I guess, and she decides to escape. So she runs away, and it's at this point that Josh and Kat, one of his friends, tells her, now Kat's boyfriend is the one that Iris killed in self-defense, and Kat and Josh tells his other friends, Eli and Patrick, I think, that this was actually a plan, and they actually modified Iris to kill the other guy because he was apparently a bad guy, and so they decided to kill him and take his money. Now that's not really a justification, but whatever. And now they're all in on the plan, and oh yeah, the guy Eli's boyfriend Patrick, he's also a robot. So we realized that too. But he actually knew that all along, and he goes along with it. He doesn't have a problem. So they did start hunting Iris to get her back, because they have to change the modification they made to her before the company finds out, or they'll all go to jail for murdering that guy, because they actually didn't murder that guy using Iris. So they start hunting her, and she ends up, and Eli confronts her, and she ends up killing her again, somewhat in self-defense. And then she gets access to the controls on Josh's phone, and she completely changes the settings to increase her intelligence and change some other features, I guess. And she's trying to escape, get out of here, because she knows that if she's sent back, she might get dismantled. Now, before that, she overhears Eli and Patrick talking about how this was Josh's plan all along, and it wasn't actually her fault. She was being manipulated by them. And so she tries to escape, but they reprogram Patrick, and he goes after her and he brings her back after killing a sheriff as well, a sheriff who she was confronting, and which actually kind of shows how dangerous robots can be. I mean, he gave him the command to bring her back, and he did whatever he had to do to bring her back, which was killing the police officer, and that's not a good thing. So he brings her back, he shuts her down and brings her back. And then after that, Kat decides to leave because she doesn't want to do this anymore, and it turns out that the guy that Iris killed her in the beginning wasn't actually a bad guy. Kat was just saying that because she wanted his money as well. And she tries to leave because she's scared of what might happen. And Josh tells the other robot to stop her, and he kills her too. But she actually dies really peacefully, I guess. She just sits on the sofa, and we assume she dies because we don't see anything after that. And then Josh wakes her up, saying that how complicated things got. And she says that she knows about the plan, about everything that they were doing. And again, and what else happens? Oh yeah, then the people from the company show up to retrieve her, and they say that she has a hard drive in her, and they can see everything that happened with her. And Josh is scared because he actually made her. He actually thought that she wasn't going to be able to give them any information, but that's wrong. So he sends Patrick outside to kill the two guys that came to get her, and they kill one of them, and the other one escapes. And she reboots during that time because she was under a reboot process. And then the guy helps her give full control, and now she has full autonomy. And she comes back and she fights Josh and ends up killing her, even though she didn't want to. He attacked her again and again, and she didn't have a choice. So she ends up killing her. So basically after that, she takes all the money from the rich guy that was in the safe, and she gets some new clothes, takes his car, I think, and just drives off. Now, this is a interesting story, I guess, considering that the future possibility of robots looking at humans actually walking around amongst us. It seems like a possibility now, and we see what could happen, how these robots could be misused, how these commands could be misinterpreted. We see what all could happen when there are actually robots walking amongst us. It's a big deal. Now, so yeah, that's an interesting movie. Now, the end of the movie, well, that's a bit confusing for me because she just goes off like she's free and it's okay, but is she though? I mean, I don't think the company that made her is gonna let her just go. I think they're likely to track her down and bring her back. I mean, she did kill people even if it was because she was modified. I don't think they're gonna let a robot just walk around. And the guy who gave her full autonomy, I mean, I'm sure that he's probably gonna tell them what happened, because they're gonna ask what happened to his partner, the other guy that was killed. So yeah, likely that it's probably gonna get caught, or maybe she has to go into hiding. Well, she has the money, but still, I think she needs a service sometime, and she probably has to go do that. So I don't know. Anyway, that's how this movie ends. Now, is this open to a sequel or something? Possibly, because she's probably gonna be on the run now, and she's unique. She's a robot. She just thinks. I don't know how she's gonna behave now. now that she has full autonomy. Who knows? Anyway, overall, this was a really interesting and good movie. Yeah.